how do we achieve consistent quality for live? You have kind of a closed loop encoding process where you measure the quality, you go back and you refine the encoding. And you can do that with VOD because you have time. You have a couple hours, maybe a day to get a piece of VOD content out onto your delivery platforms. Live streaming is different. Live streams, you have seconds, if not minutes of delay that you're willing to allow in your network. And so you need to be able to monitor things in real time and adjust, as it were. So if we were streaming out this video as an example, I've got a 4.5 mean opinion score, quality score from the piece of content coming into my network, and then I encoded it to a bunch of different bit rates. And I achieved a 4.3 at 4 megabits and a 4.3 at 3 megabits. Well, why would I transmit both? Today we do. Today we actually would, with no quality controls and no way to actually look at these pictures, we would take those and we'd go ahead and put those in our manifest files, stream them out there, and every little client that can get as much bandwidth as possible is going to grab those and waste the bandwidth in the CDN and the access network, even though they could have perceptually had the same experience. So what do? You prune it out. So this is not at the client side. This is way back, when you're doing your encoding and you're populating your manifest files and you're doing your segmentation and population of the CDN. You say, wait a minute, I've got two profiles here that have the same user experience. So I'm not going to transmit one of them. Now, how does that actually happen in practice? You take like a normal broadcaster, right? They're streaming out content and they're encoding it to different bit rates. And during the daytime, the content can be fairly benign. It's soap operas and cartoons and things like that. And the encoders don't necessarily yield any greater benefit by doing 4 megabit instead of 3 in this example, so they prune it out. Well, then in the evening, all of a sudden they've got the NCAA basketball game, and all of a sudden they need every bit they can get to transmit. So what happens here is that as our tool's watching these streams after they're encoded, before they're populated on the CDN, we work with the CDN workflow to say, hey, stream this and prune this out, stream this, don't prune this out. And so you have, again, a way to optimize on a pixel level the quality you're providing to a customer and reducing your bandwidth and CDN requirements. So we typically see in this environment a kind of 5 to 20% savings in overall CDN usage while still achieving the same user experience.